complaint that was written after your visit to a shop where the service was not up to standard and you were upset. As a letter of complaint, it needed to be in a formal style and look professional, and I think by and large you achieved that. Let's talk about the content. Generally, the content was very good, specific. You gave some concrete examples, such as the fact there were no staff around, and then a bit later, the clothes were all over the floor. That was good. However, I think if you want to get a higher mark on the content, you should pay attention to the question. So it says, next week is your mother's 60th birthday, and you're looking for a special outfit. But in your answer, you didn't mention your mother's birthday or a special outfit. And it makes me think, why do the exam board mention these things if they don't want you to use them? So try to do that. Try to make sure you incorporate or include everything that's in the question in your answer. Apart from that, content was pretty good. Organisation, also good. Introduction, very strong. Dear Sir or Madam, that's appropriate. However, to improve your mark, you'd have to make sure that at the end of your essay, where it says yours sincerely, it actually says yours faithfully. If we begin the letter Dear Sir or Madam, we must end yours faithfully. If we begin Dear Mr. Smith, Dear Mrs. Yip, we can end yours sincerely. Apart from that, the organisation was pretty good, and in the final paragraph, you were correct to end with a demand of what you expect to see. In other words, more training. So that was good. Perhaps could have been a little bit longer at the end. Okay, the style and the register, again, generally quite good. You used a formal style with nice nouns like inquiries as opposed to questions, and other words like that. You don't use contractions, you use the full form. So that was quite good. One thing you do quite well is use a structure called inversion. Inversion is where we change the order of words in a sentence. So it was not until a customer said, or not only did. However, I wouldn't use this structure too much. Using it twice in the same paragraph, here and here, is a bit unnatural. English speakers do use this structure, but we don't use it all the time. The language. A couple of, generally clear, but a couple of things you could work on. So for example, this expression's a bit misplaced, I think. It was to my surprise. Just keep it simple. I was surprised. Similarly, the word staff here is a countable noun, and therefore we need a plural verb with it. There were not a lot of staff. Staff can be both countable and uncountable, but here it's countable. There's a bit of confusion with tense here. In this sentence you've got two actions and one happened before the other. You said, however, after 10 minutes they still had not come back. If we imagine these actions on this timeline, we can see here we have 10 minutes ago, and after 10 minutes, let this represent 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, still nothing. So we've got two actions. 10 minutes ago, you're waiting. After 10 minutes, nothing. We use the past perfect when we're comparing two actions in the past and one happens before the other. In this case, before we waited 10 minutes, they went into the storeroom. So a past perfect form is always needed to compare two actions in the past where one action happens before the other. A couple of problems with the verb look in this text. So you said that the sales assistants didn't even look at how the shirt looked like. But look like doesn't have this meaning. Look like means to resemble. I don't look like my father. I look like my mother. We have a similar appearance. But here, you're not asking what it looks like. You're just wanting the sales attendant to pay attention. So the verb look is okay. Similarly, on the next page, take a look at. We use this structure when you're looking at a few things quickly. So maybe you're looking in a shop and you just see lots of different things very quickly. That's take a look at. But here you want to emphasize the fact that it was half an hour, at least half an hour. And because you're emphasizing the time and the fact it takes a long time, we can't use take a look at. Take a look at is for a short time, look at for a long time. Very briefly want to point out, clothes here is a plural noun. If you want to use a singular form, you'd have to use the word garment. So there were lots of garments, or there was a lot of clothes, were a lot of clothes. Just beware of that you can't use clothes plus a singular noun. Okay, plus a singular verb, I'm sorry. Okay, overall, pretty good. Good content, good structure, just a few language points, check some spellings at the end there. Don't overuse inversion. Check tenses, particularly the past tenses, and I think that would be very well. Okay, good.